Hi, peace from Sabrina, the real creator of Sabrina the Teenage Witch series. The real Sabrina who actually didn't have to go through a lot to make cartoons. It's a year, I believe, the 90s, which came out with Clarissa Explains It All, um, which is Melissa Joan Hart as a person, not Kara. Kara is just a Billy Jojo Jellybean, and also so Melissa Joan Hart, who started this series because me and my brother Robert watched Clarissa Explains It All on Nickelodeon. So we have to repeat history for people who got left behind in the 90s. Left behind in the 90s? Whoa, that's too long ago. Also, want to go off to explain that I might have to create Sabrina Explains It All TV series as a direct transfer of Melissa Joan Hart, the person who created Sabrina the Teenage Witch series, which I was a witch for Halloween one time, one year in the 90s. Also, I want to go off to explain that the high school days and grade school days are over. I now have my doctorate, which I just don't really practice much, but it's fun to have and actually get to start out my day with just leaving. Also, at the year 2028, I don't deal with the old retired people who use people with Social Security to pay for their retirement. Also, um, I really don't go into the fact that it all started a long time ago in the 90s, where I first got Social Security for 500, then it was 800, then it was 1,000, then it was a 1,200, and then also I spend most of my Social Security on TV watching, YouTube, smoking, uh, all natural tobacco, a really good tobacco too. I love it. But I also don't go into drugs or alcoholism due to the fact I don't like Red Hook alcohol that the Emerson grocery store was trying to sell when I was just a Coca Cola Classic to all the guys in China. And also go into the fact that um, right now you're watching daylight almost coming towards 9 o'clock because 9 o'clock is when it's totally dark and I would have to put my flashlight on because this house is dark due to remodel. I'm only here super temporarily um because my social security raised to 1,500 and I spend most of it watching Sabrina the Teenage Witch cartoons. Also, um, when I go into the fact that when there's people wanting my attention, I usually go Sabrina Explains It All TV show down. So I will be doing videos to explain it all, as Clarissa explained it all as Melissa Joan Hart. So I will be doing Sabrina Explains It All. Also, I won't be on Nickelodeon. I'll just be on YouTube, doing videos and actually pointing towards pictures of why it's completely dark in here, and also you can't see me in the dark. So there has to be light. During a remodel, beware my mom has totally bad rats here. I'm only here super temporarily due to the fact this video will be posted on YouTube and also the world would know worldwide who I am. So, in this planet I create, everyone did enjoy Elevation, secretly unbeknownst to anyone, We all just continue on without even hardly doing anything, and we all made it. So don't go around with the bus driver at the station because I almost got in trouble for smoking a cigarette in the handicap parking for Social Security recipients. Um, so the guy thought that he could drink alcohol in his home and actually get away with it. So I don't approve of the guy over at Grace Hopper Transit office person who enjoys Social Security from my documents that I made at the year 2020 and am no longer in at the year 2020. So, um, a lot of people did get left behind. Um, so if you were left behind to keep track of schedule, you actually will not make it. Also, we're moving on to go on to explain that baby Sabrina, which was me, um, it took the public a long time to make me, and actually was a real person that eventually showed up at the year 1979, and they tried really hard to keep me alive to a point I got the help of public television to help me. So, with that in mind, I do not know any of those people, white people who show up later on at Grace Harbor Transit. I only know the old crew of Grace Harbor Transit. I don't know any of the brand new ones at all. None of them. I know none of them. None of them all. I only know the old crew, and my mom now takes the bus, but she doesn't really know any of them. None of them. So a lot of people did change and had a turnover of other people who retired, and then also um, brought other ones to join as brand new crew because we all need new people to understand that you can't just come to a different community, abuse everybody up, and gossip and like send a bunch of rats to houses or whatever. So I probably will have to call animal control in the morning. I might as well call them right now after this video because that's what you do when there's rats running rapid in house is I have to evacuate tomorrow and I do not know where to evacuate. So YouTube, I need your help to actually evacuate, not to hospital, but actually stay safe tonight and actually evacuate in the morning with a different place to stay. So it's still dark blue skies outside, but it's dark. Not completely dark because of street lights that are put outside, and those are just house lights there. So, um, tomorrow when I go over to explain what happened, I will not repeat to Mark. I will not repeat to Mark. Remark is Mark is the mark of the beast from the crisis clinic. The mark of the beast is basically a chip in debit and credit cards that's gold, which I don't see why they would make that the mark of the beast. I really don't, really. But anyways, continuing on to other things other than whatever keeps them safe to prevent people from watching television. So right now we're going off to explain, as on the TV show Sabrina Explains It All, as a real Sabrina here, and no fake Sabrinas are allowed again who are white. Because the real Sabrina was brown. Not brown hamburger, but brown person. So if you ever see Sabrina out there, they woke up one morning, had amnesia, and they had to be renamed and everything and have a hard time in society finding a place to live. A lot of people who wake up in the morning as white girls have amnesia and have no place to live. So I'm not a white girl. I'm Native American. The real Sabrina was brown and is still brown, but not brown hamburger, steak, or any kind of food item or a piece of wood, a real living person. So now it is almost 9. I still have my watch going, trying to tick along with the cell phone because the fact people like to change the time and make it dark early to try to control per people over idiotic reasons pertaining to the current events of society today. So, right now, I want to go off to explain also when I look out the window like this, it is actually a shady um view. It is a shady view. A shady view is like the window's dirty. The window's dirty, and so are my glasses. And my uh, glasses are not windows. So uh, that's a car. And then also the car, you know, it doesn't do much but take a lot of energy. Also, we go over to explain that, or I explain when we move on to other current events of the day, the people who got left behind uh, over watching. I don't even know what happened, but when we move on, I'm gonna probably call animal control. And I said I would do a video, so I'm gonna evacuate in the morning with the help of YouTube. Don't know where to go yet, so I'm gonna post this video first called animal control. Thank you.